Hello Gemini, this is Kate from Clear Blue Tarot with a reading for you today. So I'm going to start off in the center here. We got from the Mystical Shaman Oracle, we got the Blade coupled with the Rainmaker. And then that was crossed by the Maiden from the Fairy Oracle deck. So what that's saying to me is that there's this power and this truth from heaven and earth. The blade represents this connection to this truth from the heavens, and then this anchoring down into the earth. If you hold the blade upright, it's going to bring you knowledge and wisdom from your higher self. And then when you turn the blade downward to face the ground, it anchors this knowledge here. So there's some sort of idea, truth, inspiration, knowledge that you have come into, and you are being crossed by the being covered by the Rainmaker. It has to do with rain is about when something is parched and dry, the rain comes and fulfills this need for water that then allows new growth. So if you think about it as, like heart related, because water is about healing emotions, if you were dried up, parched, lacking in emotions, the rain has come and healed this, and now there's new growth beginning because of that. And then there's this truth. So because it's crossed by the Maiden, it makes it a little complicated. There's something inside of you that is still needing healing, that is kind of sabotaging this growth. And if the blade is used improperly, it'll just cut off these new shoots that the Rainmaker has caused to grow in your heart. And the Maiden is wanting you to embrace this vibrant, bright, new energy of like a new baby. It's the Maiden card is like every day being woken, every day like a brand new beginning, a brand new healed baby energy of joy. So you're resisting this joy, it looks like, because there's something inside of you that still needs to be healed related to a perspective of negativity, or something that came from this parched landscape inside of you is still lingering, and it's restricting this. And there's a danger that you won't get these growths, these little sprouts, to fully come up. The blade will just chop them if you don't heal this thing. So the past, you have the lightning. So the lightning bolt of inspiration, something new came and just shocked you into a new awakening, and then it brought about this place you're at right now. The situation is resting upon the Empress, which really kind of echoes this Rainmaker card. The Empress being, and it echoes the baby. So if you think of it as like the Empress is pregnant with some sort of new life, the Rainmaker is making this new life grow. It's begun this, and the baby is there, the newness in some way that you've come into. Inspiration has brought you somewhere. Everyone's going to be different in the ingredient of how that is, but something new. And as we go on, I'll clarify what's going on a little more. But where it's brought you with this mixed up energy here is this Topsy-Turvets card, which says when you're confused, more stuff starts happening that will confuse you. These Topsy-Turvets represent like it's the law of attraction of you're already confused, you're thinking too much, you're having a resistance to something new, and it's making you confused, and then you have all this more confusion coming in around you, you're attracting, and it's making it really bad. It can get like super out of control. So you don't want to head that way. It looks like you are kind of heading that way based on what's happening. And as we go on, it's going to come out of that, but I'll give you some advice as to what Spirit's saying that you need to do to get out of that. So the Crown here is the Justice card. And so there's something maybe that happened to you that wasn't fair, that brought you to this parched situation. Maybe you felt like things weren't fair, and you're needing justice for something. And I clarified that with this failure card, which it could be a failure of yours, or it could be that someone failed you and it led you to this place of feeling really dried up emotionally, kind of bitter and, jaded, or, all those words, negative words. But the failure card says, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So whether there was a mistake of justice that happened to you, or you did something unfair to someone else, it's all just for learning anyways. So if you did something wrong and you need to forgive yourself, you need to, and learn the lesson that you learned from the failure. Or if someone failed you, learn what you can from what happened, and then let it go as a lesson. Inside of you is the Queen of Fire, which shows this beautiful heart energy. The Queen of Fire represents like this glowing golden heart of the Empress. So the Empress's heart and fire, passion, is embodied in the Queen of Fire. So you have something really glowing in your heart that wants this birth to happen, and it's pushing you forward in that direction. And what you're showing on the outside is the flow. And this is about the ebb and flow of life, kind of like the ebb and flow of the ocean. It's a beautiful card about, just learning how to step into that flow and the rhythm of life, and knowing that there's times when things ebb and there's times when things flow. And if you're in that rhythm, then that is the proper way from which to go forward in life, is, back and forth, going with the flow. And it's a beautiful, beautiful card. And it's saying that you're in that. So in spite of this topsy-turvy in your mental field, your emotions are proper. They're in this flow. And this next card, I got the hummingbird, and that's in your hopes and fears position. And because of the nature of the cards prior, it could be the negative interpretation of the Mystical Shaman Oracle Hummingbird card is that you're offered a new opportunity right now. Something has come up. It could be in the material world. It could be just an emotional opportunity to do some healing, or it could be, an inspiration from the mind, from the lightning, that, you're thinking about taking a leap into something new. And the hummingbird is saying to go for it, even if you feel like your sense of safety or, the day-to-day reality might be shook up. The hummingbird says, as the universe is offering you this opportunity, it will come back around again. However, the universe right now is just giving it to you. And if you refuse it, to have it come back around again is going to take a lot of work. So it's encouraging you to take this healing now, and don't be afraid. Just go for it, so that you don't have to do so much work to have it come back around again. And now we got another sword here in the final outcome. We got the Ace of Swords. So if you look, you've got the Ace of Swords, you've got the blade, and then the Justice is also holding a sword. So these are a lot of cards about using your mind and the clarity of your mind to cut through this confusion of this topsy-turvy energy, and also this feeling of like the maiden reversed and the failure about like whatever you're a little bit obsessed about that didn't go well. You have to get rid of that so that your clarity can return. I clarified the maiden reversed, and I got the shark from the Animal Spirit Guidebook, and I did get it reversed, which is the more difficult aspect of the shark. And that I will read. It says, shark energy takes over us when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. And to bring it into balance is honesty. So how perfect with all these swords and this justice for the shark to come up reversed, and it's saying, bring it into balance by being honest. Just be honest with whatever it is that, you know, you feel failed or whatever you have to open up about to yourself or others. The honesty is going to heal this. And now for the final message from the White Light Oracle, I pulled this Deer of Delta. It's number 26, okay? So that goes down to an 8, and that can be about, if you think of 8 of Swords, that could be about mental prison. So to break free of that, you need to pick up one of the swords and cut yourself out of that with truth. So that's kind of applicable. So the Deer of Delta, I'm going to read a little bit. It says, without any force, you can overcome even extreme negativities. Your real nature is gentle, which is powerful in its own unique way. You do not need to become something you are not. You can confidently and effectively invoke spiritual protection from the light. You can never be dominated or bullied at a spiritual level because the real you is always empowered and protected in the light. And I'm going to read the healing process because of the negativities here. This deer is so healing. I'm going to do the healing process for this. So if you'd like to do it now, you can. If you don't have time to do a little meditation, you can always pause this, turn it off, and come back to finish it at another time because it's really nice. So it says to start being seated somewhere comfortable. If you are a visual person, you can follow the visualization below, allowing the symbols to enter into your soul without having to analyze or interpret them. If you are more of a feeling person, read the description below aloud, noticing any emotions or sensations that arise as you do so, and allowing them to soak into your soul without needing to analyze or interpret them. To prepare yourself, connect consciously with your breath as it flows in and out. Allow the breath to become deeper and more complete, calming and centering you in the present moment. You may place a hand over your heart to connect with your inner essence. Relax. Allow yourself to become receptive at a heart level, open and willing to take in symbolic nourishment to empower, protect, and heal you. When you are ready, read and visualize or feel the following description. You are at the edge of a green forest on a mild spring day. Sunlight filters softly through the canopy, creating a golden haze. A small clearing is illuminated by the diffused light. There, a sweet doe gently nuzzles at some grasses. She is peaceful and intent upon her task. The scene exudes a feeling of tranquility. You see that tranquility as a field of energy. It is a protective bubble of light that encapsulates the deer and keeps her safe. You have the sense that even though she may appear to be alone, she is protected by an invisible field of grace. Despite her apparent vulnerability, you feel safety and power around Spirit Deer. She survives and thrives whilst being in her own true nature. Rest in this visualization or feeling for as long as you choose. If you wish to do so, allow that feeling of gentleness and safety to emerge from within your own heart and envelop you in a bubble of protective spiritual light as you drift into deeper rest or even sleep. When you are ready to emerge, place both hands at your heart. Allow yourself time to fully enter the here and now. Ground and hydrate yourself. You have completed your healing process. Okay, Okay, Gemini, if that resonated, I hope you enjoyed that meditation and it gave you some peace. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.